Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington football team and the Minnesota Vikings. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
The ball carrier.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. The pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Montez Sweat in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington football team and the Minnesota Vikings. Now Haskins on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First down, Washington.
Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Washington.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On first down, here's Love. And room there to work it inside the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On play action, Haskins. Flush to his right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Daniil Hunter has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Throw left side complete. It's Love. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. It was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
Think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A nice gain of 21 yards.
First and goal.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
3 brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Trying the power game with Ham. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. Strong coverage by Washington, and now fourth down. So they opted to pass for it on third and goal. Let's see what they do on fourth and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on fourth and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Chris Boswell on for the field goal. A 20-yard attempt.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
Credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to.
And all deep in his own territory, coughs up the football. And the Vikings pick up the football.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cook. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
33 down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
It's 3rd and 7.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here.
9-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And they add on to their first quarter lead. It's now 13-0. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
Out They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll run with Love. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. He's calling an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
And it brings up 3rd down.
It'll be Love to try and get the first. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
1st down, Washington.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this 1st quarter. Haskins, a quick throw into the hands of McLaurin. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. On 2nd down, it's Love. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Haskins. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for no. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Montez Sweat. It's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On the ground, it's Cook. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Back deep, Taylor Gabriel. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again. Haskins. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Shotgun handoff now for Love. And this time they were ready for him, as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Up 2nd and 11 at the 16-yard line.
On 2nd down, Love. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Love. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Field goal. A 26-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So they get the 3 points, but they've now had 3 trips into the red zone, and that's all they've come away with.
And in the NFL, the way they measure red zone efficiency and success, did you score touchdowns on those drives? That's first and foremost. Getting points, that's the second measurement. So by that measure, they haven't done very well. They've got to figure that out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for the runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Hauled in downfield. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
10 at the 21-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. We're getting into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, But for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Taken in the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They go play action with Haskins. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. Well, yet again, Haskins is intercepted. 3rd time. Picked up around the 3rd run. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Fielded in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A huge play there for Washington. And even 40 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Terry McLaurin. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
Here's Love. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Ball carrier.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's got the 1st as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Washington now going to use the 1st of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Haskins. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. But the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw again. Haskins. Buying time to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. To throw on third down. Haskins. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 29, the 30. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out and start the third quarter. But things don't improve fast then. I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Boswell good with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin in the final seconds of the first half. And Washington able to cut into that deficit.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go to the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves. It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, You often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a dump off here complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
2nd and 9 now. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the game.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. On play action, they'll throw. And it's caught by Smith. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Herb Smith Jr., his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. Boswell for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
41, Washington 10.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
3rd down.
From the gun, Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown! Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And Washington able to close the gap just a bit. And the lead is down to 24.
Makes the score Vikings 41, Washington 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They're throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
The 44-yard line.
A 10th carry of the game for Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
On the carry.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, the big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A quick throw to the left flat, and he's got it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 67 yards. And Washington able to cut into that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. On On second down now, it's Cook. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Vikings on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the pick 6 we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a 2-possession game as they control their destiny in this 4th quarter. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over. But he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. Yeah. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
Back to throw. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run, Cook. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
This one brought in by Jefferson. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. What a great performance so far.
3 touchdowns. He's got him in the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. Deep in his own territory. Coughs up the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And that one is his 2nd fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get him.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Taken in the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They'll start the drive with Love here. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Haskins, throw left side complete. That's Love. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The throw right sideline here is complete. And some space here. And finally he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15.
A pickup of 40.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here on 2nd down. It's Love. And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Washington on 3rd down.
They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 17. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They're going on 4th down. Haskins. This one into the hands of Burton. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down.
And Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Cook. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. get the call. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
A great return there of 22 yards.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but it'll be 2nd down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
On 2nd down now. It's Love. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Gain on the play.
On 3rd down, Haskins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Tonight's final score, Vikings.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball, things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Minnesota, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.